Um, so I had this basically epiphany, and I've been saying this for years, and it's starting to come to fruition. Back then, and you know how a lot of a lot of black women used to say, there's no roles for us. We have to always get our, always have to work twice as hard to get our shit, and they don't get paid as much as other actors and all that other stuff. Which, and I'm not gonna lie, it's true. It is true. Hollywood is like that. It's more lenient to the males than to the females and all that other stuff. So I'm not thinking they're bullshit on that. That is fucking true. Now, with that saying, I saw maybe years ago, I've been seeing this rise of more black women shows with black women hosts. And it started. I can say it started with, even though black women has always been in television and has always been represented correctly. Even though you had a lot of people, and this is what I tell people, for every stereotypic black woman y'all have shows that shows black women in a good perspective. UPN used to show black women in a good perspective. You had your Brandy, but then you had your Parkers. All right, you had one ghetto. Actually, there's not a lot of ghetto. I know Holly Robinson Pete. There was shows like For Your Love, which this shows like three different types of black women, or two different types of black women. It's Holly Robinson Pete and Tamala Jones. For every negative there was a positive. Girlfriends was one. Then you had the Parkers. Then you had whatever Love Inc. I think that was Holly Robinson Pete's show, and whatever ghetto show that was on. There's always been I've always said this. You always had the representation for black women in every source of color. So, with that being said, I saw the rise of Empire and Scandal and shows like that. Scandal was really popular amongst black women. And I'm seeing Issa Rae pump up with Insecure. Excuse me. And I'm seeing Issa Rae popped up with Insecure. So I'm seeing all these shows, and I'm like, yo, a lot of black women, they're getting a lot of shows. They're getting a lot of stuff, and they're starring black women and all that other stuff. And I told my friend this, and I said this before. I said this. There's going to be a time black women are going to be the new LGBT. Now, what do I mean by that? There was a time LGBT had a strong hold on the industry. You'll sneak up. It was the point where they were sneaking LGBT characters in there. Either you was an actor, a gay actor playing a straight role, or you just gay in a role, and you was like people's favorite characters. And people talk about the gay mafia all the time, and they quietly got into these roles, and then got into Hollywood, and then started outing people. I think that's where they really started doing stuff, when they started outing other gay people, and then they had to come out as gay, and then now people support what they do in life. This is nothing. I have nothing against LGBT, by the way, but this is how I felt like where gay people was just a stereotype. The whole hey, all that other stuff, and then you're seeing more LGBT characters in more intricate and more serious tones, and more looking like everyday people instead of the stereotype that was put on them. Slowly but surely, you saw that. Now it's getting to a point where people is asking LGBT representations. This is what's happening with black women now. There's a show on HBO. It's like a comedy skit written and created by black women. She's got there's shows she's got to have it where black women are the antagonists, and now you see in movies, The Little Mermaid has a black woman, Ariel, and James Bond 007, the new 007 is going to be a black woman. So I've seen this. It's black women are going to be taking over the media now. Is and I know what you're thinking. You as a black man, how do you feel about that? I saw it coming. So, and also we had, I mean, don't get me wrong, we had our time. 90s was full of black men, especially dark. And we're still, and I don't care what anybody says, black men still prosper in Hollywood. Some of the highest paid people are black. Denzel, Will Smith, Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson, The Rock. I know people look at him as have black have Simone, but he's still a brother. Say what you want. The Rock is still a brother. We still got a Idris Elba. That's another one. Chadwick Boseman. Well, like black men, don't get me. So as far as me as a black man thinking, oh, they take. Don't like black men. We will still eat. We will still prosper. People will still go see a movie because Will Smith in it. People will still go see a movie because Samuel Jackson in it. People will still go see a movie because Denzel in it. Black men, we are totally fine. It's sometimes it's the white women I don't want to say worry about, but I think the white women need to watch out. Because the white men, I mean, you got your Leos, you got your Leo DiCaprios, you got your Brad Pitt, you got your Tom Cruises, you got Chris Hemsworth, you got any of the I can say this, any of those people that's played in Marvel the Avengers, they can go in other movies and like ask for big money. So as much as straight white men like to complain, like they're good too. I don't care. You got your set, just like black men had their set. Black women really, as far as like having their set, it's always been like Queen Latifah, maybe a Whoopi Goldberg, Vivica, Halle. Some people call Halle Mix. Regina King, but you know Regina King's like black famous. Regina Hall, and I love Regina Hall, but she's also black famous, but she's very loved. And she just did a movie where it wasn't a comedy, at least I don't think it was a comedy, but she was good in it. So Regina Hall does a thing too. So now we're seeing the Issa Rae's, and black women have been taking over the media. So what is this conversation? So I know like they're like cutting conspiracy theories now, but I can't help but to have a conspiracy theory about this. And conspiracy theory Ray thinks that like LGBT is getting desperate because they're seeing a lot of black women take over, and it's going to be about black women and not so much about LGBT. Yes, some of those black women probably are LGBT, but it's more inclusive. It's going to be about them being black women, not about them being gay. Which is why I've been seeing a lot of things like gay people really been pushing their representation like really strong lately. Like, is Timon and Pumbaa gay? Is Bert and Ernie gay? Can Spider-Man be gay? And I've been saying this, and people have been saying this. Why are y'all making these characters that have, especially like something like Spider-Man? Why? And as a straight person, you should ask this because we've been saying there's so many gay characters as far as comic books. Like, why are you trying to make Spider-Man gay? There are so many gay characters in the Marvel Comics that you could do a show on or you could do a movie on. Why would you fuck with Peter Parker? Why is it that you want to make Peter Parker gay so much? I feel like it's because the LGBT is going to be looked at as so normal. It's going to be looked at so normal that they feel like they can just like make Peter Parker gay and like people won't bat an eye. But as far as straight men, they're like, straight. It's not the fact that straight men have a problem with Peter Parker being gay. It's one unless that Peter Parker, fiction or not, Peter Parker has a history. Like, he's always been like anybody know, and they did it to Iceman too, because I guess people, and Iceman was like a playboy. And anybody that read, like the most people that had a problem with Iceman being gay was people that are really into comics. But people that are really into comics, you're fucking with their world. And the thing is, that world is very niche and small. So when the casual people come in the world, it's like, we want to make him gay. And it's like, that niche world is like, but he's not gay. If anything, he's the biggest playboy. Like, he's always had women. It's the same thing with Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man was always with a woman. You don't, like, why would you, like, he's always been, like, this way. Like, there are plenty of other gay characters that, obviously, y'all don't know about. You know about Spider-Man. Spider-Man's mainstream, but Iceman is not that mainstream. I can see why they go after Iceman and then turn him gay. But why Spider-Man? Like, and like I said, fictional or not, Spider-Man represents a lot of people in this world. Spider-Man is the common man's favorite superhero. If you don't believe me, go to Comic-Cons and see how many people dress up as Spider-Man alone. Not even kids, adults. Like, every time I go to a convention, I'm seeing a bunch of grown-ass Spider-Man. Which is, I do not have a problem with, by the way. I don't want people to think I have a problem with that. I fucking love cosplay. But you'll see a lot of grown men, and you can see how much Spider-Man means to them. Now, like, people get the Spider... I think a lot of because Deadpool is considered pansexual. And, like, if you've seen all the Spider-Man Deadpool comics, like, Spider-Man's the straight man, and Deadpool's just making all these gay jokes around him because he wants to bang Spider-Man. And Wolverine sometimes, but mostly Spider-Man. I think people want that Spidey Deadpool gay love affair. I don't know. It's mostly women. I don't understand why women like seeing. I don't know. Then again, I can't be a hypocrite because I like seeing two women kiss, but I can't watch lesbian porn for more than like 5 minutes anyway. So I'm a little iffy on that, but. Do I think the gay has an agenda? The thing is, everybody has an agenda. Agenda is nothing but a fancy word for to-do list. So if you want something to be done, you want it to be done. I feel like the gay agenda, the LGBT, is going to be so normalized that when someone does come out as gay, you're not going to give a fuck no more. And I think the LGBT is noticing that, and they don't want to lose that. Which is why I think I don't have, like I said, I don't have a problem with the LGBT, but I've always said this: it's a preference, not a race. So why are we treating LGBT like a race and not a preference? I can understand you wanting to be represented or something like that, but even if you wasn't gay or not, you can still see yourself in some sort of a characters. For instance, if I can see myself in Omar from The Wire, even though he's gay, it's like everything aside from him being gay, I can see, like, as far as his character, personality, and all that other stuff, that is a man of honor. And I think that's why people like Omar, because he was a man of honor. Like, you got past the gay shit. After a while, you got past the gay shit. But if you know his personality, Omar for The Wire is a man of honor. He's like a samurai. But I feel like it's going to be a time, especially like in 2020, black women is just going to be running shit. It's going to be a lot more black women involved in media and all that other stuff. And it's going to make some people really angry, butthurt, and confused. Confused is like a lot of people... you're going to see. I feel like you're going to see more of white characters getting replaced by black women, and people are going to be. It's like, yo, why is all these characters all of a sudden getting replaced by black women? It's gonna be a time where, like, this is gonna be it. It's like it's gonna start with Ariel, 007, and then it's gonna be something. Next thing you know, Peter Parker's gonna be a black woman. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? It's like, why is Peter Parker a black woman? Next thing you know, Deadpool's gonna be a black woman. Superman's gonna be a Batman's gonna be a black woman. Like, it's gonna be like, I'm probably over exaggerating, but it's gonna get to that point. And I can see it happening. But I don't know if people are ready for it. but you're going to be. It's like I said, it's happening. I personally don't have a problem with it. Like I said, we've always, as black men, we've always had our set of black men that can like get 30 million, just like that, and like let the black. But I've also been a person that's like I would like to see more original black stories. Like 007 is cool, and I'm still a little indifferent about that. But 007 is cool. I understand she's not going to be James Bond. She's going to be her own character and replace 007. Like I said, that's cool. But I would love to see Proud Mary or another Proud Mary or another Foxy Brown. You know, original stories that had these black women originally do well. I would like to see more of that instead of just black women taking over other genders' characters. So that's my opinion. What do you think? Do y'all think black women gonna be taking over for the 2000s or the 2020s and all the other stuff? You think black women? Because I think it's coming and I think it's happening. And I don't think people are ready for it. So let me know what you guys think. So then, my name is Oskino Fly and I'm out. Peace.